What's up, YouTube? This is Josh coming at you, and after going through this stack of stuff, I realize that I have a problem. Stay tuned.
Skull, 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 skull.
So welcome back. After the last couple months, I realized that I have an addiction. And no, it is not to beer, although I really do like beer quite a bit too. It's to these games. This is going to be another big one, so strap in, get ready, have yourself a drink. I am drinking the BrewDog, the Elvis juice. This one is great. I really like this one. I've had it many times before, so I think it's the first time I've had it on the channel. This is a 5.1% alcohol by volume Grapefruit Infused IPA. It's very tasty, and these guys are all over the world, so everybody should be able to try this one out. So, getting to this big-ass pickups video, I was going to it was so much stuff, I was like, normally I like to try to tell you guys where I got it from, but I was going to put it all together and be like, just do it by system. But I think the story's more interesting when you get the story of how you come across some of this stuff than just saying, here's this game that I picked up, here's this game that I picked up. So I broke it down. I'm going to do it again. It's probably going to be a long one. Just hopefully you'll stay with me. I got a lot of actually really good stuff this month. So we'll start off with what I picked up at the junk shop. And the junk shop, as I've told you guys before, it's not really a pawn shop. It's not really a thrift shop. It's just a lady's place that's just packed full of junk and crap everywhere. She has a lot of video games. I'm probably getting closer to the bottom of it, but occasionally I still like to go up, see if she's got anything new in. So one thing I did pick up was a Game Boy game from her, and it is WWF Superstars 2. Got an extra one of these she actually threw it in when I bought the rest of the game, so I figured I could definitely use a nice memory card for the N64. One PS3 game I got from her, it was sealed, Kung Fu Rider. This is one of them that I had in my Metacritic lowest rated video, so I don't expect much from it. Another sealed one I got from her was Sega Superstars Tennis for the PS2. I got a couple of PS1 games from her. I got Rescue Copter. It was complete in the box, didn't look too bad. I got ATV Quad Power Racing, also complete as well. I got Madden 2002, which really didn't need this game or want it, but it was just like so cherry I couldn't leave it behind for 99 cents. And then I got Destruction Derby 2. I think this one I just got recommended to us from Generation Pixel in his Metacritic. No, it was a Recommend 3 Games video, and it was in great shape. And I thought, I saw that and I wanted to snap that up for sure. And the last one I got for the PS1 and the last pickup from the junk shop was the WWF In Your House. It's missing the manual. It wasn't in bad shape, but like I said, for the disc is in really good shape. But for as cheap as I was picking them up, I had to get them. I was looking for the manual for it, but the only one I could find so far was like $15 on eBay, and I'm not spending $15 just to complete the game. I'm sure I'll find one eventually. All right, so moving on to the next thing. I'm just going to do some retail purchases, I think. That's what I'll show you next. So I got this one at the pawn shop. The pawn shop didn't have very much this past month when I was doing my pickups. Usually they're hit or miss, but sometimes you find some great stuff. But I thought this was well worth $5 for the Master Chief Collection for the Xbox One. Eventually I'll get to take it for a spin. I don't have an Xbox One. My daughter has one. I picked up Walking Dead Saints and Sinners on the VR because I wanted the VR and I heard really cool things about this game. From my local game shop, my wife had given me about a month and a half or so ago, I think. She gave me a gift card to go there to go shopping. Very nice of her, I know. So I spent it, picked up some games. I picked up a couple of NES games from them. I got 1942. Loved this one back in the day. Nice little shooter game. And I got Adventure Island 2. Very nice labels on them both. That's the biggest thing I look for. I don't look for complete box. I can't afford that kind of stuff, but I do like to have a nice looking label for when I have them on the shelf. I picked up 4 original Xbox games from them and 5 PS3 games. At the recommendation of Nate over at the Game Shack, I picked up Enslaved: Odyssey to the West, and I also picked up Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning. These were 2 games that he recommended. I think this one he was really, really recommending, so I'm definitely looking forward to jumping into that. I also picked up Dark Kingdoms. These are all complete too. At the recommendation of Generation Pixel, I picked up Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. And the last one I picked up for the PS3 was The Darkness, because it looked like a badass game. So, never played any of these games, so I look forward to digging into all of them as soon as I have time. For the original Xbox, I picked up Scalar. It just looked interesting. It wasn't that expensive. It was a nice complete copy of it. So I picked up Second Sight as well. It was another one that's really clean and wasn't too expensive. Looked kind of weird. So I picked up Armed and Dangerous. This one's pretty gonzo. I like this one. It's got some weird stuff in it. It's like a third-person shooter. Pretty fun. I really want to have time to play all these games, but I'll never have enough time, I guess. And the last one I got was Gladius for the original Xbox. Once again, it was a nice clean copy and it looked interesting. So that's what I got for the retail side of things that I picked up. Moving right along, we'll go to the Thrift Shop. Now, it seems like a decent stack, but honestly, I felt like the Thrift Shop this month, they really didn't have much. The Goodwills have been like bone dry. So some of the smaller thrifts that I go to, I'm still picking up a couple games here and there, but the Goodwills for like a month and a half haven't had much of anything. So I'll just go through it. I got 4 PS3 games and some PS2, some Wii. I think there's one 360 game, a couple GameCube games actually in here too. So I picked up Mafia 2 for the PS3, Greatest Hits. I think I've got a copy of this already, but it was pretty cheap. All these games from the thrifts I never pay more than like $3 to $4 at the max. Sometimes they're as low as $1 depending on the game. I picked up Lego Star Wars 3. Picked up NASCAR 14. Nice copy of that. Picked up Naughty Bear. Nice clean copy of that as well. Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. That one's complete. It's really nice when you find PS3 games that look this good from a thrift shop. I mean, it's like cherry. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. The only problem with this one was it didn't have the manual, but it was a game that I haven't played. It looked really cool. The Sims Bustin' Out. I got that one for my daughter because she likes the Sims games. Final Fantasy X2. Another one that was clean. Never played this one, so. Ford Racing 3. A second copy of Ratchet & Clank. I couldn't leave it behind. I know I had mentioned to someone else through one of the comments that if they wanted a copy, I had another copy. So, you know who you are. If you want it, let me know. Sly Cooper and the Phoebeus Raccoonus. Nice complete copy of that one. WWE All-Stars for the 360. Family Game Night 3 for the Wii. This one is missing the manual, but Dragon Blade Wrath of Fire. It's like $2, so. Kung Fu Panda 2 for the U-Draw. Brave for the Wii. And this one was like super clean too, and after I got it home I realized that I had a copy of it. Oh well. Top Shot Arcade. The Top Shot Arcade game is actually another one of those Wii light gun games, so I really like those. I try to pick them up when I can find them pretty cheap, so it was a complete copy. It's neat. This basically looks like almost like a hunting sim from what I played of it. I didn't try the other levels yet, but got Just Dance 2. My daughter loves the Just Dance games. Her and my youngest son play them from time to time. The best games I got, surprisingly, this is like a $22, $25 game. Wii Sports Resort. It's funny, I just got a copy of this in the Jeff box to replace my copy that didn't work that my kids really enjoy playing, and then I go out to the thrift shop and I find it for $5. Another one for $5 I picked up from there. It was well worth it. It was Wii Party. That's a complete copy. And this one was one that we didn't have at all. And I think this one's actually kind of an expensive game as well. I don't know what the price is right off the top of my head, but still can't beat it for $5. Then I got these for $1 a piece. I thought they were 2, which isn't a big discount, but the guy, when he rang them up for $1 piece, and I said, "Sir, those were supposed to be $2," and he was just like, "Go ahead, it's all good." I picked up 3 GameCube games, Namco Museum, a nice complete copy of that. 13, another nice complete copy of that, in original cases as well. And the one that was a little more expensive was Men in Black Alien Escape 2, and that one is complete as well, in an original case. But still, $3 for 3 GameCube games. I think any one of us would do that all day long. Alright, so let's see, what do we have next? These were Mercari pickups. I had one lot that I picked up off of Mercari. Just basically common NES games that I didn't have for my collection. Actually, I did have this one, but the other 4 I didn't, so this one was in there too. Tag Team Wrestling. Kid Nicky Radical Ninja. I remember that one from a kid. Of course, remember this one from being a kid. The original Metal Gear. Mappy Land. And Section Z. That was from one Mercari lot. I think there were 5 apiece, so usually I'm pretty cheap about this kind of stuff, unless it's like a heavy hitter game or something that I really want. Mercari's been a good place to pick stuff up, actually, for me for the last couple months. I mean, it's nothing major. I'm not buying, like, I'm not getting super steals, but when I'm filling out commons for my NES collection, $5, $8 a piece, in that range is pretty good in my opinion. So sorry about the cut right there. I was actually rolling along. I was a little further along than I am right now, and my daggone camera ran out of storage space, so I had to start back over again from where I left off. So another Mercari lot that I picked up the other day. I think I paid $60, $65 for these total altogether. They were all common stuff that I wanted to add to my NES set. So I picked up Bases Loaded 3, Sesame Street 1, 2, 3, Pinbot, Championship Bowling. Some of these games I've played, some of them I haven't. Track and Field 2, I remember these games from being a kid. Jack Nicklaus Golf. Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout. Casino Kid 1. I wish it was Casino Kid 2. Racket Attack. Sesame Street ABC. Silent Service. Air Fortress. The funny part about this game particularly is I had a copy of this when someone had given me initially, when I really got started collecting the NES, they gave me a whole bunch of games. And I had a copy of that when I cleaned it and went to play it. Someone must have swapped out the board inside of it for RBI Baseball 2 because that's what was on it, even though the case said Air Fortress. And the last game of the bunch was the best of the bunch, and that was Ninja Kid, because that one also came with the instruction booklet as well. So, adding a bunch more games to the NES system. This is kind of going for a full set eventually. If I ever get rich and I can afford those top tier games that are going to cost me thousands of dollars. But either way, I'll get close. So moving on to the next thing. Where I work at, it's a large place, got tons of employees. So they have this on their intranet, whatever you want to call it. They have like a trader, like a classified thing where you can put stuff up that you have for sale or services that you're interested in or anything like that. So they do have a category for video games. So I saw a guy post up that he had a bunch of games for sale. He knew what he had. It wasn't one of those deals where it was like, oh, you're going to get these games, you're going to get them, a lot of games for cheap. But he definitely cut me a break because he knew about price charting and stuff. I think he must have been a collector himself. They was just thinning out a bunch of stuff. But he took the price charting and he dropped like 30% off of the price or something of that nature. And he had a bunch more stuff, and I wish I could have bought it all, but I just couldn't afford it. So I just picked up three PS2 games, 3 N64 games, and 4 Super Nintendo games from him. And these are really nice copies. I got Star Ocean Till the End of Time for the PS2. Nice complete copy. I got Maximo Ghost to Glory, another nice complete copy of this game. He had a bunch of RPGs and stuff. I wish I could have bought them. And the final game I got for the PS2 from him was Maximo Army of Zin. I think I might do some play. I want to get set up and do some playthroughs of these games or some kind of review or something of that nature. Then I got 3 N64 games from him as well. I got Banjo-Tooie, I got Paper Mario, and I got Snowboard Kids 2. Definitely ones I wanted to add back to the collection from years ago. I picked up Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And a nice copy of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past from him. And he also gave me, in here, a bunch of instruction manuals, basically all the stuff. If I ever find boxes for these 3 Super Nintendo games, I should be able to complete them, because it's got like the Nintendo Power stuff and all the extra stuff that's inside of there that you would need to complete those. And then I did get a complete copy of Super Punch-Out from him in the box. All the stuff inside of there and the game, and even the plastic sleeve to go over top the game. So I was pretty excited to pick that stuff up from him. Definitely didn't get it super cheap, but it was definitely worth what I paid for it. I felt to add these games to my collection. All of you guys that are out there and you're collecting, you know, if you don't go to conventions or if you don't have Game Store or something near you, it's a lot harder to find some of these older cartridge-based games, especially in really good shape like that. So the next thing that I have is I had 2 Facebook Marketplace deals that I did with people over the month. The first one was a just straight buy. The other one was I traded something. So I picked up from the one that I bought the stuff from. I paid, I think it was $150 for it, and I got a complete inbox PS3. I already have a PS3, but I wanted one for the game room because my original one that I have is actually in my living room. So I picked that up along with a complete inbox. Still got the nice styrofoam and everything inside of it. NES Advantage controller. I just thought that was cool. Something to display. I have one already if I want to use one to play, but you just don't see the box stuff like that too much from the Nintendo. And then it came with some games as well. It came with the Tiny Tank for the PlayStation 1. It was just a loose disc of it. A good copy of Tony Hawk Underground 2 for the PlayStation 2. And then a stack of PS3 games that I got from her. I got Enemy Front, Gran Turismo 5. I think all of these except for like 2 were missing the manual. Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Borderlands 2, which I think this is a double of. That's what happens when you're buying lots of games. You end up with doubles of stuff. Rocksmith. Madden 13. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. And Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the first one, Greatest Hits. This one's missing the manual. I actually have this game for the first game for the Wii, but I just don't like the way you have to use the motion controls for everything. So I look forward to checking it out on the PS3 and seeing how it is. Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. Two Worlds 2. Diablo 3. Twisted Metal. I'm running out of space. It's just a lot of stuff. And Ratchet & Clank, A Crack in Time, and this one was missing the manual, but I was glad to add this one in because this one's starting to get up there in value a little bit too. And that was all from one Facebook Marketplace deal I did. The other deal that I did, it's a lot larger. I'm not going to show you everything from it because it'd just be way too much. But I had come across an extra Nintendo Switch that I had. So I had seen some other folks on YouTube do where they put the Switch on Facebook Marketplace for a trade. So I put it up. I had an extra copy of Super Mario 3D All Stars, and it was a complete in box Switch, right? Like new. So I put it up. I fielded through a whole ton of different people wanted to trade for it. I put up that I wanted to trade for older retro systems collections. Shoot me pictures of stuff that you want. Of course, there's tons of people inquiring. There's some people that send you pictures. A lot of people don't send you pictures. I didn't have it up for too long. It was just a couple of weeks. I had mostly been talking to 2 or 3 different people that were interested in it. I had got offered everything from just like lowball cash offers, which you're going to get on Facebook, to all the way up to some stuff where they had systems but they didn't have games for. One that was interesting to me that I didn't trade for was the guy had a Dreamcast and a Saturn and controllers and all that stuff for it, and I think it was a PS3 also that he was trying to trade that he had a couple games for, but he didn't have any games for the Saturn or the Dreamcast, and I don't have a Dreamcast or a Saturn. It would have been cool to add them to the collection, but without any games, it just didn't work for me for the value standpoint. So I ended up trading for it was really almost a collection. Now, I think I did pretty well with it. It was just a hodgepodge of different stuff. It ended up being 3 different consoles with the hookups and stuff, and a bunch of various games from different stuff. So the consoles that I got, I'm not going to show them to you, but I got an original Nintendo with the 2 controllers, a zapper. I got a N64 with 2 first-party, 1 third-party controller. It was the one side of it. It still worked fine. Once I took it apart, cleaned it, it worked great. But the one side of it's kind of like looks like somebody bumped it up against something and broke some of the plastic off the side. So that was kind of unfortunate. Didn't see that till I had gotten it home. But really, what I wanted it mostly for was the games. I got a bunch of Nintendo NES games, Nintendo 64 games, and Xbox 360 games for PlayStation 3 games. It was like a hodgepodge of stuff that was in the thing. So I'm going to go through all the games real quick for you guys, and then this is the last pickup. So it had a loose copy of Assassin's Creed Revelations in it, copy of MotorStorm for the PlayStation 3, copy of The Bigs for the PlayStation 3. I believe those are all complete copies, not really stellar expensive games or anything. A copy of Mass Effect 3, which is a double of some stuff of one that I have. That one's missing the manual. Major League Baseball 11, The Show. Some original Xbox games, a nice clean copy of Spider-Man for the original Xbox. Like I said, it was a hodgepodge of things. The Simpsons Road Rage for the original Xbox. Really nice copy of that too. Rally Sport Challenge for the Xbox. Ghost Recon 2. 4x4 Evolution 2. Hummer Badlands. And the last original Xbox was the Platinum Hits of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Then for the Xbox 360, it was a bunch of stuff. It was Walking Dead Survival Instinct. I think that was missing the manual. This is another one of the games I think I already had on the PS3, but it's super low rated on Metacritic, so I don't expect much from it. Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Skate 3. WWE 2K15. The Syndicate. Copy of Call of Duty Black Ops, which I already have a copy of. That'll probably go for trade or something. Battlefield Limited Edition. This was a weird one. Great History's Great Battles Medieval. Never heard of it. Complete. Doesn't look like anybody ever played it. TNA Impact, which was one of the better ones of the bunch of the 360 games from that. Red Faction Armageddon, which was actually pretty fun. When I was testing out the Xbox 360 system that I got as part of this trade, it was, I don't know if I mentioned that one a minute ago or not. It was 3 systems. It was the Nintendo 64, and an Xbox 360. But that was the game I was testing out when I played it. Pretty fun. Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, and Sniper Ghost Warrior. Those were all of the Xbox 360, PS3 games that I got as part of that trade. And then I got a copy of Eternal Champions for the Genesis, complete in the box. That was a nice pickup there. And then to get on to the final stuff that I got was a bunch of Nintendo and Nintendo 64 games that were in that bundle as well. Definitely glad to add some of these to the collection. A couple of them, I think that were doubles I don't have here. I put them in my double box, but Scheherazade for the Nintendo, Pinball, Batman, the Black Bass, Archon. I've never played this one. I don't know what that one's about. A fantastic copy of 1943. I picked up 1942 as well this month, so that was really cool. Narc, Stealth, Top Secret Galgo 13, Tetris, Bad Dudes, WrestleMania Challenge, and Tecmo Super Bowl. That was all the NES games from that lot. And for the N64, I got Elmo's Number Journey, Elmo's Letter Adventure, I had a copy of Pod Racer, which I traded off. A copy of 1080. A double for my collection of GoldenEye. Great game. Cruisin' World. Super Mario 64. Doom 64. Zelda Ocarina of Time. And Mario Party 3. So those were the best games, of course, of the bunch. Ones that I really wanted to add back into my collection. So I added quite a bit of stuff this month. I know this video is probably another ridiculously long one. I got 14 minutes since the cut, so I'm sure it's been a while. Definitely check out BrewDog. Delicious beer. The Elvis juice is a good one. I like it. But actually, all of the ones that I've tried from BrewDog I really like. Drop me some comments for sure. Tell me about any of these games any experiences you guys have had with any of these games that I've listed for any of these systems. Tell me what I should be looking out for, if there's any of them that are just like total gems that I might not already know about. And I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.